First of all, we should understand the basic fundamental of Loadrunner, how it works and what is the process and all that. All the information should be there, so as to have complete understanding of Loadrunner. So we have learned earlier that there are three components of Loadrunner. They are given as below. Virtual user generator. The first section is virtual user generator, which we also call as VUGen. We the full form is virtual user generator, but we also call it as VUGen, which is short form. So virtual user generator, in simple words, we can say that it is used to create a performance testing script for the scenarios which we want to run to perform different types of performance related testing. It may be load testing, performance testing, volume testing, stress testing, many types of performance testing. Basically those are performance testing itself. For different objectives, different types of performance testing is done with different names. So the first step is to create script. Performance testing script is created. So virtual user generator is used for generating the script, recording the script, transaction and reservation points are there. Means these are technical terms that will be that is included while we prepare performance testing script, which is also called VUGen script. So we will see these terms later, like how recording the script will be done, generating the script will be done, transactions and reservation points. All these things will be discussed while we will be creating a script in virtual user generator. So we need not bother about this right now. So just for simplicity, we should understand that virtual user generator is used for creating performance testing script. Now we should understand that what is this script used for. This script is used for emulating human action. Suppose I have to test a login page in which I enter username, password and click on submit. So for this I will prepare virtual user generator script, which is nothing but communication between application and the server. So we will see these later on, but for now we should understand what is virtual user generator used for. It is used for creating script that is used in performance testing. So now next section is controller. It is very important section. After after performance testing script is created, controller comes into the picture. We can use Loadrunner controller to manage and maintain your scenario. Using the controller, we can control all the virtual users in a scenario from a single workstation. So in virtual user generator, we create performance testing script. Let us see. This is HPE virtual user generator. Here a script is created. You can see here I have not means script will be created here. Then after script is created, it will be used in controller section. See, there is one script that has been made in virtual user generator. This is controller section. This is second part. This was first part where script was created, and this is my script 1, and it is sample is not prepared. It's just to show you how it looks like. So this is virtual user generator. It is first component where script is created, then that script is loaded. See here the name of the script is my script 1, my script 1. This is the script. It will be loaded here in the controller section. See here, my script is loaded here, and we can manage and maintain our scenarios. See here, scenarios are there: real world scenario, basic scenario. We can run percentage wise also. We can create many types of scenarios here. You see, if I will change here, see, start virtual user, we can set ramp up time also. There are many things we can do. Virtual user start, ramp up, how many virtual users will be in a slide every second. Like this type of setting, suppose we want to run 10, 100, we are running a test for 1000 of virtual users, and we want that 100 virtual users are initialized every 1 minute. So we will use ramp up time like this, 100 virtual users in 1 minute. So like this we can create many scenarios. We will see it later on when we will be creating the scenario. So this is the my script which is prepared in virtual user generator. We will run it from here. We do runtime settings also here. So load it is used to create scenarios, manage and monitor performance testing. So we can create scenario here, and we can do runtime settings also here. Run stop virtual users view. Just a minute. Scenario, load generators, results, result setting, diagnostics, tools. There are many things, we will see it later on, but runtime setting part we will see there in here. We can see in here, we can see the runtime settings also here. Just a minute, where we can do many types of setting. So we will see where it is there. This is my script. And for this script, you can set runtime settings. Let runtime setting appear. It is taking some time. Now you can see we can set run logic, pacing, think time. These are all the things we will see later on. We do some type of setting in the script that will be replayed here. So basically controller is used to create a scenario, manage scenario and monitor the scenario. Once we start working on, once we start running the test, we can click on start scenario and we will see the script that is loaded from virtual user generator, that will be executed here, and it will show all the result in the form of running virtual user graph, transport, transaction response time, Windows resources, hits per second. Like this, many things will be displayed during execution time itself. So controller is very important part. You can control all the virtual users in a scenario from a single workstation. So let us go to design part, and here we can do runtime settings here as well, and see, these are appearing here. Run logic, pacing, logging time, same that was appearing there. And one more thing, we will see from where load is getting generated. So just a minute, all load generators. So these are basically your workstation on which this is my workstation. When I will be running on it, my local host will be used for generating load to the web server. This machine only will be used for sending request to the server. So this is how we are using it, and we have done it percentage wise. We could do it other way also, like how many users will be doing it, but just for learning now, we will be seeing how these scripts are loaded in controller and is executed. Execution part we will see it later on. Just for now, what happens in the different load runner components, we will see it here. In the virtual user generator, we are creating a script. In the load runner controller, we are managing and maintaining our scenarios and executing script for all the virtual users from single workstation. Now comes analysis part. Once it is done and each virtual user completes all the work, and when it terminates, it sends the log to a particular place, and all the logs for each virtual user is integrated at a place and sent for, and is available in the HP Loadrunner analysis section, where we can get different types of result for the test, and can compare the results and analyze what needs to be done to improve the performance of web application. Here the reports is available in the form of reports and graphs. So it is very helpful in analysis and helps in improving the performance of the web application as well as web server. So this is brief introduction of how Loadrunner works. So, but before analysis section, it is used to view and compare different performance results and helps in the analysis to improve the performance of software application. But before going into this component, we should learn Loadrunner testing process. The whole process consists of 5 phases: planning the test, creating virtual user script, creating the scenario, running the scenario, monitoring the scenario, analyzing the test result. We just saw it now, what happened in each of these components. First of all, we planned the test, then we created the virtual user script in the virtual user generator, then we created the scenario in controller, then we run the scenario in controller and monitor the scenario in controller in the form of graphs, and then we analyze test result in the analysis section of Loadrunner. Let us understand it in more details. Planning the test. Before doing performance testing, we need to prepare test plan based on testing objectives. Suppose we have a application where all the pages are taking more than 5 seconds to load, and we want that all the pages of our application should not take more than 3 seconds. In order to achieve this executive, we will prepare test plan. That will be first part of load testing process. Now second part is creating virtual user script. Virtual user script perform all the operation that human user do with the help of script, which we call vuser script. So virtual user script will be used for emulating human action. Once script is prepared, we are ready to perform action on hundreds or thousands of users using this script. Suppose we have to test a login page for say 5,000 users. So we will prepare a script that will be used for entering username, password and clicking on submit button, and this action will be there in the script. Script will perform these actions, and we will send 5,000 requests to the server using the script that will emulate the 5,000 human user action, 5,000 human user login action. So that is why virtual user script is used, and that is used in the scenario. Now the next step is creating the scenario. Scenario will include things like how many virtual users will run the scenario and how load testing will be performed. Different scenarios can be created for doing performance testing. We saw it in the controller section. We can run the scenario in percentage mode where we can define total number of virtual users to be assigned to different virtual user scripts at a time. We can also create goal oriented scenario where we can define our goals and perform load testing, and Loadrunner helps us in creating these scenarios from its controller components, which we will see later. Now we saw how scenarios are created. More detail will be covered when we will be creating the scenario, live scenario. During the practical session it will become more clear. Then after creating the scenario, we run the scenario. Before running the scenario, we do some various type of setting. We can understand how the load generator behaves while running the scenario. We can monitor performance of each virtual user at a runtime. It is also done in controller section of Loadrunner. Monitoring scenario, we can monitor various scenarios. We can see here. We can monitor various scenarios when we will be running it. When we will create on extra, we can monitor the various graphs during the execution in the controller section. You can see here in the controller section we can do so. So now analyzing the test data, it is done in analyzer section of Loadrunner. So this is in this section. It is, we call it analyzer, and here it is SP Loadrunner analysis. You can see here. So this is analyzer section of Loadrunner. Here all the virtual user generator results are integrated in the form of log and displayed in the form of graphs and reports. So we can compare different graphs and reports and find out what went wrong and what can be done to improve the performance of web application and web server. So now in short, we will be understanding how Loadrunner work. Let us understand working of Loadrunner in more detail to have more understanding of performance testing and how it is done. Virtual user script is created on Loadrunner which emulates real human user action. It is very similar to browser sending requests to the server using HTTP protocol. Request for many virtual users is generated by the load generator. In order to generate load on the application server, load generators are started and stopped from the controller section. Load runner will control those load generator agents. Scenarios are created in the controller and runtime settings are defined to complete the scenario. Scripts are created using virtual user generator. Script is developed in C language, which is nothing but capture of network traffic between client and server. But the language used there is C. After successful completion of each virtual user execution in the controller, logs of each virtual users are integrated and are made available for analysis in the analyzer section of Loadrunner. We saw it after running the script in in the controller, and after successful run of all the virtual users, results are integrated at a place and available in the analyzer section. The log results available in the analyzer section of Loadrunner helps us to analyze to improve the performance of web application and web server. This is the HP Loadrunner analysis section. It shows results in the form of graphs and reports after all the virtual users are running in controller. Suppose we are running test for 500 users, so after completion of 500 virtual users in the controller section, result will be available here for detailed analysis to improve, which helps in improving the performance of web application as well as web server. Thank you.